Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about the mountain between us, or as I like to call it, a big mountain where you fall asleep on, and that's the movie, if that makes sense. uh, I don't actually call it that, I just made that up on the fly. So, The Mountain Between Us is a story about two characters, Ben and Alex. These two are basically trying to get somewhere, but their flights are canceled. So, the character of Alex, she asks Ben, who's a surgeon, I believe, and Alex, I believe, is a photographer, and she asks Ben if Ben, sorry, he wanted to come with her because she knows that they both have the same problem. And so they go on a little plane and they crash somewhere along the ways, and now they're stuck up there. So it's basically a survival movie with a love story. Both of those two versions, whichever one you want to interpret it, overall, I say they both suck. Before we dive into what the things I really don't like, I'm going to start off with positives. And that being the first 10 minutes were I thought were okay at worst. Because as the film was going on, you're kind of seeing these characters being developed, and seeing them survive, and there's a couple intense and surprising moments that I thought were neat. The performances from our two main leads are serviceable. Everyone else is just fine. And the cinematography I enjoyed. But that's it. So let's just destroy this movie with all my negatives. The first problem with this movie is the pacing. I felt like I was watching this movie for 2.5 hours. And this movie is 100 minutes, an hour and 40 minutes long. And I was kind of struggling to stay awake because this movie was so boring. I was like, come on, let's go. I just want to get to the end. And another thing is the story isn't all that interesting. Right, so the story's not really interesting. The pacing is slow. The music is just the generic piano, love, whatever. That just does not work for me. I think that it doesn't work. I'm just going to leave it at that because I do not want to fully elaborate on it because it's kind of putting me to sleep as I think about it. So I'm just going to leave that out and just move on to other things I have to say. Another problem I have, this isn't too much about, like, if these were the only problems with the movie, I'd be kind of fine with that in a way, but in the last portion of the survival story, okay, well, this is slight spoilers, but don't worry, I'm not going to completely spoil the movie. I'm not like that, but you're not going to watch this movie, so that's not going to matter. So ultimately, the most surprising thing in the last act happens to Idris Elba and his character, the character of Ben. He's going to get the dog, and as he's coming back, whatever the thing is that's supposed to trap animals, he steps on it. I think a little trap or something, but they're right next to the place where they're trying to get help, kind of, not too far away from it, and what happens is his foot gets stuck, and it didn't really make a lot of sense. It was shocking because it made no sense. Also because I wasn't expecting it, but doesn't mean it's going to make sense why it's there. And I kept thinking to myself, there's no like houses nearby, so who's going out to get this? I don't get it. This movie felt like it had no idea where it was supposed to end. Like in the third act, it kind of becomes Castaway, and it was it was kind of the worst part of the movie for me because it just didn't know where to end. It just kept going and going and felt cliched. Like the whole movie felt like it was filled with cliches, and it was boring, and I didn't care about any of the characters because there's like nothing interesting about them. There's something that would make me care, and the love story felt flat because probably because the dialogue for them was pretty bad. And I think that's why it fell flat. In the end, The Mountain Between Us is an awful movie with some decent things in it, sure, but that's about it. So I'm just going to give The Mountain Between Us a D. This movie was boring. I didn't care what was happening. I didn't feel any suspense. I was startled a couple times because I wasn't expecting something to happen. Not because I cared, but it just felt really fast that I was like, oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting that. But that's about it. Thank you as always for watching my videos. If you enjoyed this review, leave a like and comment to tell me what you thought of The Mountain Between Us. Link to my Twitter will be down in the description below. And subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation. And I'll see you when I get my next review up, which I'm hoping is better than this. Thank you for watching and have a great day.